Hello everyone, welcome back to Mason Zero MTG, and welcome to today's video. Masters 25 previews are on the horizon, which means it's time for some predictions. This set is sure to be interesting and hopefully really good, after a lot of people were disappointed by Iconic Masters. Wizards of the Coast will be reprinting cards from the last 25 years of Magic's history, from all the way back to Alpha. This means there are literally thousands of cards that could be printed. Everything that's not on the reserve list is fair game. And since every set is made for draft, there will be numerous draft archetypes that dictate some of the more unexpected reprints. In this video, I'll be covering 10 of my predictions for this set. After spoilers, I'll make another video seeing how I did. One of the hardest parts of this list was coming up with rares rather than mythics in recent sets. Most of the iconic cards from recent years are mythics, but not every set can be represented by a mythic because there just won't be enough slots at that rarity. So I've tried to select more rares as well as some commons and uncommons. Since every set is fair game, I decided to take a look at a recent set, Dragons of Tarkir. The Dragon Lords are all mythic, so I won't be going there. Of all the rares that could be printed from this set, Collected Company seems like a likely candidate. It was a powerhouse for as long as it was in Standard and is still played in some modern decks. Currently sitting at about $13, Collected Company would be a welcome reprint for many, and a great representation of this set's role in Magic. Other possible targets of reprints are any of the commands, but the only one worth printing would be Kolaghan's command. One of my first predictions I thought of for this Master set was Kitchen Finks. For one thing, it desperately needs a reprint. This is a $10 uncommon that sees a fair amount of modern play, and it hasn't been printed since the original Modern Masters. I and many people would love to see this reprinted, and I think it would fill the slot of a valuable uncommon in this set that all of the Masters sets seem to have a few of. Lightning Bolt is an extremely iconic card and would be an excellent common or even uncommon for the set. It has been printed several times over the years, but still commands a few dollars price tag. If Wizards wants to print cards that define the history of Magic, Lightning Bolt is the card. After all, it's the reason that decks can only have 4 copies of a card to begin with. Its last printing was Modern Masters 2, and before that was M11, so it's in desperate need of a printing. We know they're printing Jace the Mind Sculptor, so obviously there will be at least one more Planeswalker in this set. Previous Master sets have featured 2 each. But my prediction is that they will print 3 or even 4 in this set, because Iconic Masters didn't have any walkers. I think that one of these Planeswalkers will be Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Him and Monastery Mentor are the only worthwhile choices from Fate Reforged, and he costs around $30 right now. This would also make sense if they printed more Planeswalkers, because him and Jace would be the chase Planeswalkers of the set, and we can get our disappointing under $5 Planeswalker or 2 in the set as well. I also think that Masters 25 will feature more colorless cards, so Ugin will fit right in. Alright guys, bear with me. This one's a bit of a stretch, but I think it would be pretty great. Since this set is not designed with a specific format in mind, there needs to be something good for Commander. I think they will print one of the iconic Commander cards from the official Commander releases. I think some of the options wouldn't be good choices. I wanted to say Marin, but I think experience counters would be too weird for limited. Atraxa would be awesome for a lot of people, but I doubt they would want to print any 4-colored cards in this set. While it's still a bit of a stretch color-wise, I think that Kaalia of the Vast would be a great reprint. It was the flagship card of the very first Commander product and has only ever been reprinted in the Commander Anthology. This would also set them up to print angels, demons, and dragons, of which there have been plenty throughout Magic's history. Born of the Gods isn't a good set, but Courser of Kruphix is a good card. It would make an excellent reprint from Born of the Gods. Played in both Commander and Modern, this is the most iconic rare from its set, and goes along nicely with Azusa, who was already spoiled. Maybe Green will have a ramp theme, in which case this card fits right in. Looking through cards from Innistrad, there are not a lot of great cards that haven't already been reprinted in recent history. We got both Liliana and Snapcaster Mage in Modern Masters 2017. Laboratory Maniac would be a fun and well-loved reprint, since it has inspired so many fun decks. It's also widely used in Commander. If we'll be seeing cards from every set, this seems like a solid choice from Innistrad and focuses more on cards that have defined Magic over the years. That being said, it still wouldn't be surprising if we got another Liliana or Snapcaster reprint, and both of those would be perfectly welcome. Iconic Masters had Mana Drain. Eternal Masters had Force of Will. Masters 25 needs a chase money card, and it needs to stop being blue for one thing. Imperial Recruiter costs over $200 and has only ever been reprinted as a Judge promo. This would make a great chase money card and give Red some much needed love in Masters sets and in general. Llanowar Elves and Elvish Mystic are pretty much the same card, so either of them could be reprinted. I'll consider both as my prediction here. Wizards has refused to print a 1-mana mana dork in Standard for a long time, and a Master set would be a fine place to reprint one of these iconic common cards. It also goes along well with the green ramp archetype that I think will exist based on Azusa. Also, a 1-mana mana dork is iconic and a well-known part of Magic's history, going back all the way to the beginning. My final prediction will be about lands. This prediction has evolved a lot over the past couple weeks that I've been thinking about this. Originally, I thought that the Ravnica Shocklands would see a printing, but after the Rivals of Ixalan story, I think that we'll be going back to Ravnica soon, and we'll see them in Standard. Then I was thinking maybe the original Zendikar creature lands, but Jace the Mind Sculptor is already a reprint from Worldwake. Then I thought maybe a lesser used land cycle like the Filter lands, especially since we already got one of them in Future Sight in Iconic Masters. But now I'm convinced that we won't see any specific cycle of lands, but rather a collection of various other lands. So here are my predictions. It's going to be about 10 more predictions just for this prediction. I think we'll see some 5-color lands like Nykthos, Mana Confluence, Exotic Orchard, Reflecting Pool, and City of Brass. And other colorless lands including Tron lands, Ancient Tomb, Rashadan Port, Vesuva, and even Gemstone Mine. Land reprints like this cover a variety of sets and a variety of formats, most notably Legacy, Vintage, and Commander. So there you have it, my top 10 reprint predictions for Masters 25. I'm really looking forward to this set, and I think it has a lot of potential. To be fair though, that's what we said about Iconic Masters, so we'll see what happens. I hope that some of my predictions come true, and I'll be sure to make a follow-up video letting you know how I did once the set gets fully spoiled. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Goodbye.